Okay? Okay. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan for those of you who are new, and for those of you who are not new, welcome back. So first things first, I need to address the elephant. Well, I guess it's not an elephant, but the good news. I hit 400 subscribers on YouTube. I actually didn't even know. I don't know when I hit 400 subscribers. I just logged on one day. Well, I'm always logged on, but I went to my actual YouTube page one day and I was looking at the subscribers and I was like, wait, when did I hit 400 subscribers? Because I was at 403, I think, when I saw it. But I was just like, when did I hit 400 subscribers? Because what do you mean there are 400 people subscribed to my channel right now? Like, I remember when I had 25 subscribers and I thought that was so many people, and now I'm at 400 and I genuinely can't believe it. My goal for this year was to hit at least 500, and here I am now, 95 subscribers away from 500 subscribers. Genuinely cannot believe it, and I cannot say thank you enough. Coming into this space it can be a little, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It can be not disheartening, but it can be scary. Let's just say that. It can be scary because there are a lot of people that use the platform. There are a lot of people who have big channels. People already have their favorite content creators. So it can be intimidating, if you will. And so knowing that 405 people now find me interesting enough to subscribe to me when I'm subscribed to people, like, you know, I don't know. It's just knowing that people are subscribed to my channel the way I subscribe to people. I like, just, it's kind of scary. But I appreciate it so much, you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, from the top of my heart, all of my heart, thank you so much. I don't know what else I want to say. I'm nervous. But when I saw it, I genuinely freaked out. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Because 400 people, that is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And it might not be a lot to some people who have bigger platforms, but 400 people, that is a lot of people. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Today's video, and I know what y'all are thinking, girl, you never stick to a TBR. I know, but I need this TBR to help me plan videos for November. As some of you may know, if you saw my community post, I am doing Bookmas this year. And so I will only be uploading maybe 3 to 4 videos in November, because at the end of November, beginning of December, I will be filming videos for Bookmas, because that is 12 straight days of videos. So I need all the time I can get to help me out, because I may or may not be working 2 jobs around that time. So I need to make sure I stay on my content. Okay, because we will be successful this year. I didn't get to do it last year, and I told myself I really wanted to do it this year, so I'm doing it this year. So I want to pick a TBR because that will help me figure out what videos I can get you guys in November, and what videos I can possibly get you guys in December. We're only gonna pick like 5 books. I typically read between 3 to 5 books a month, so I'm gonna pick 5 and we'll choose from there. We do have our pick a wheel, and that is what we will be using. I have 30 prompts, so let's get into it, see what 5 books we get, and yeah. Okay, so we're spinning, and our first prompt, let me screen record so y'all won't think I'm lying to y'all. Okay, our first prompt, no sound? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. A series you want to continue. That's actually really easy. Let me grab the book. Actually, ooh, now I don't know. Because there are 3 series that I really want to continue. I'll get them and I'll show y'all the options and we'll go from there. Give me a second. So, the first book is A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. I did just read A Torch Against the Night, and I loved it so much. I do have a vlog, but I don't know if it's going up or not. But I do have a vlog started that may or may not go up in November. I'm not sure yet. But I do have a vlog started where I did read A Torch Against the Night, and I really enjoyed it so much. I immediately wanted to jump into this book, but like I said, I was doing that vlog, but then I stopped doing that vlog. So I feel like now would be the perfect time to read this in November. I love Sabaa Tahir's writing, and I don't feel like this is incredibly YA. Like, even though our main female character is 17 years old, I don't feel like it's extremely YA. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna be 33 in November, so I feel like if I can enjoy it, anybody can enjoy it. The world building is amazing. The first book follows Laya and Elias, and she's basically trying to save her brother. I can't wait to continue on in the series, and this is book 3. The next book is a recent a recent favorite. I just read Done and Dusted by Lala Sage, and I genuinely enjoyed it so much. So I would love to pick up book 2, which is Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. These are cowboy romances, small town romances. That was my first cowboy romance, and let me say, I may be converted. I genuinely enjoyed that book so much, way more than I thought I would. I thought it was just going to be like corny, cheesy, but it was really good. So if I can continue book 2, that would be great. These do follow 2 different characters because they are interconnected standalones. The first one follows Emmy and Luke, and this one follows Wes and Ada. Wes is Emmy's brother. So, well, one of Emmy's brothers, because I think he's the middle child. And then Gus is the oldest. He has the 3rd book. So I really want to get into this. They are very quick reads. The font is super big. Like, I flew through Done and Dusted, and like I could have finished it in a day, but it took me 3 days. Well, really it took me like 2 days, but yeah, it was a great book. So I recommend it, and I want to continue the series. The next book is a series I started at the beginning of the year. The first book is called Kingdom of the Wicked, and the second book is Kingdom of the Cursed. And this is just a continuation from book 1 that follows Amelia, as she is on the journey of trying to find who killed her sister. These do involve the 7 sins of hell, pretty much. So you have gluttony, pride, envy, wrath. I think this is like Wrath and Amelia's story. So I'm looking forward to continuing the series. Now, I don't know which one that I want to continue, but I do know these 2 I've been thinking about a lot, and I feel like since A Torch Against the Night will potentially be in a vlog in November, that I should possibly not do this one for November. Maybe we can do it in December. So I think I'm gonna put this one out, but I would have loved to read it. And then I think between the 2 of these, I am feeling more fantasy than I am romance. So I think I'm gonna choose Kingdom of the Cursed, just because I read Kingdom of the Wicked like back in January. So I feel like it just makes sense to go ahead and continue the series instead of waiting so long and continuing to push it off. These are like newer reads, so I'm okay with kind of pushing them off. So I think we're gonna go Kingdom of the Cursed as our first book. Okay, I'm screen recording, and well, you hear it, I'm spinning. A book you soft DNF'd. There's quite a few of those. I got it. That would be My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I just recently soft DNF'd this, so I feel like it would be great to go ahead and pick this up. I didn't DNF it for any reason other than I just wasn't in a literary fiction mood at that time. I really wanted to read fantasy, so that was the only reason. It was actually really great starting out. I think I made it to page 18. Okay, I actually made it to page 19 the first time that I read it, and then I started it a second time, and I was just like, you know what, there's no point, let me just pick up a fantasy book. So I definitely feel like we should go with Frederick Bachman, because I really need to get through this. I genuinely need to step up my game when it comes to new releases, because I don't think I've read that many this year, and I have so many on my shelves. So we're gonna do this one. My Friends follows a young girl named Louisa, who basically admires this painting that this, I wanna say a guy that is a part of this friend group painted. I don't know much, and I really don't wanna read the synopsis. I'm just going off of what I've heard other people say the book is about. But I am really looking forward to reading this because I have heard great things about it. We've all heard great things about Frederick Bachman's writing. So I do want to go into this fairly blind, but I do know that it is about a painting, and it is about a young girl named Louisa, who I already kind of met because I'm 19 pages in. A girl named Louisa who has had a hard life so far, but she really admires this painting and this artist. So basically that's what this is about. My lighting is really yellow. I'm so sorry. Okay. A book a friend has recommended. I actually have quite a few of those. So I was gonna do a video where I asked my friends and family to choose books for me to read in a video, and I just never got around to it. So technically I was recommended to read Fourth Wing, The Half King by Melissa Landers. This Monster of Mine by Shalini Avisakara, and what was the other one? The Chain by Adrienne McKenty. I can tell you now, I do not want to read The Chain by Adrienne McKenty, so that is automatically out. But which one do we go with? I think, I don't know. Okay, I know what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick this Monster of Mine by Shalini Avisakara because I haven't heard anybody talk about it on any of the spaces that I'm in. So I'm gonna choose that one. I feel like Fourth Wing is very popular. I have time to read that. I also feel like I've heard about the Half King already. So we're gonna do this Monster of Mine by Shalini Avisakara. Love this cover. I think I showed this in a haul when I first got it. But this is about 18-year-old Sarai. She doesn't know why someone tried to kill her 4 years ago, but she does know her case was closed without justice. Hell-bent on vengeance and now a petiter, a prosecutor who can magically detect lies, she returns to the scene of the crime, assigned to work with Tatrach Kadra. Ice cold and perennially sadistic, Kadra is the most vicious of the 4 judges who rule the land of Erdinye, and the prime suspect in a string of deaths identical to Sarai's attempted murder. Certain of Kadra's guilt, Sarai begins a double life solving cases with him by day and plotting his ruin by night. But Kadra is charming, and there's something alluring about the wrath he wields against the city's corruption. When she finds evidence that embroils her in a deadly political battle, Sarai must also fight against her attraction to Kadra, because despite his growing hold on her heart, his voice matches the only memory she has of her assailant. A dazzling, ancient Rome-inspired romantasy debut, this Monster of Mine is a bloodbath of manipulation, deception, and forbidden love. Sounds good. Sounds right up my alley. I also have the ebook from Libby, so this will be great to read, and then when I go to work I don't have to bring my physical copy with me. I can read it on my Kindle. So looking forward to reading this. I've been putting it off long enough. So our 4th prompt. Oh, it's skipping. Don't skip. A one-word title. Immediately looks at 2 books with 1 word. See atmosphere automatically. I also see vicious. That's actually 3. Phantasma. Oh, I see guild. I see Riftborn. Ooh, I really want to read Riftborn. That's also on Kindle Unlimited. What else we got over there? Powerless. I don't want to read that this month. Feybound. That could be interesting. I've heard good things about Feybound. Fairytale. Fairytale just came out this year. We have a lot. Okay, I kind of know what I'm going to pick, so I'm just going to go grab it. So for this prompt, we are going to do Riftborn by Greenwich and Lennox. This is a fairly new book that I've learned about. I mean, it's not a new book. I think it came out in 2023. Oh no, it actually came out in 2024. So it is a fairly new book. It is a duology, and there is another book that's a 3rd book that is a I don't think it's a continuation of the series, but I think it's in the same world. I'm not 100% sure. It says 20 years after a rebellion branded her an outcast, Fia Riftborn navigates a city rife with prejudice so deep it's often deadly, but she harbors a secret, one that would paint an even larger target on her back. A hidden power within her is growing, threatening to destroy everything she's built for herself. Enter the elusive Sede General Lark Ashford, who is building a unit of powerful wielders within the guard to face a growing threat. Wraiths of darkness devour the western border, leaving a trail of death and destruction in their wake. When Fia's power erupts and 2 daughters of nobility are seemingly dead, General Ashford offers her a chilling choice. Join the Sede Guard or face execution, because Fia might be the only hope for the Isle's survival. Torn between surrendering to the chaos or becoming a weapon for those who took everything from her, Fia must confront her growing feelings for the General and face a dark truth that could shatter everything she's ever known. So pretty much a romantasy vibe. I think it's like dark romantasy if I'm not mistaken, but pretty much the same storyline as most romantasies. The girl falls in love with the guy, enemies to lovers, all that good stuff. So I'm excited for this. I've been wanting to read it since I got it. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. So it's really bright. You can't really see it, but I'll hold it a little closer for you guys. This is what it looks like. So yeah, this will be the first book that I read by this author. Well, these authors. It's 2 authors. We are on our last choice. So far, so good. But let's see what our last choice is gonna be. A book less than 300 pages. So let me hop on over to Goodreads and let me see all of the books that I have under 300 pages. I'll start with the highest and we'll go from there. So at the highest, we have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Potential. I have been wanting to read that. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. Not gonna lie, I'm not in the mood for that, so we're not gonna do that. Tusk Love by Thea Guanzon. We could do that. I'm thinking maybe that one. Oh God, I don't know, because now the list is continuing and we have My Darkest Prayer by S.A. Cosby. And if you don't know, I want to read all of his books before I read, all of his previous books before I read King of Ashes, and I still have 3. So that's on the list. We have Little Rot. We have Dead Before Coed by Mary Vasilio. That could be a good one. These Heathens by Mia McKenzie. Piranesi, which I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm not in the mood for. We have All I've Wanted, All I've Needed by A.E. Valdez. Do we have a romance? We don't have a romance on here. We have My Train Leaves at 3 by Natalie Guerrero. And we also have Dawn by Octavia E. Butler. Okay, I don't want to leave it up to me. I'm going to put my top choices into a picker wheel and I'm going to let it choose because I genuinely don't know. I'm using ChatGPT because the picker wheel options, they weren't giving me one and I don't want to lose my TBR picker wheel. So we're using ChatGPT. So I am asking, I said, can you pick a book for me between these options? And I listed them all out. So it says, sure. Before I pick one, do you want me to choose based on mood? No, just randomly choose one, please. All right, random pick. A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Here she is in all of her glory, her fine glory. We have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Honestly, I should have just chosen to begin with. I kind of was feeling this anyway, so I feel like it was just meant to be. So it says, saved from the brink of death by a mysterious stranger, Constanta is transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. But when Dracula draws a cunning aristocrat and a starving artist into his web of passion and deceit, Constanta realizes that her beloved is capable of terrible things. Finding comfort in the arms of her rival consorts, she begins to unravel their husband's dark secret. Their husband? With the lives of everyone she loves on the line, Constanta will have to choose between her own freedom and her love for her husband. But bonds forged by blood can be broken only by death. This is basically written in the POV of Dracula's wife, but apparently he had multiple wives? I don't know, but it sounds intriguing. So we're gonna jump into A Dowry of Blood at some point this month, hopefully. Let me throw that out there. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. This will be my first read by S.T. Gibson. Honestly, the only author in my stack that I have read is Carrie Maniscalco. So this will be interesting. We have a bunch of new authors on the TBR for November. Let's get all of the books and let's do a recap. We have A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, which we just chose. We have Riftborn by Greenwich and Lennox, Monster of Mine by Shalini Abisakara, My Friends by Frederick Bachman, and Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco. Will we stick to this TBR? The world may never know. But you will find out when we do a wrap up or at the end of November, or if you get a reading vlog for November. So yeah. That's our stack. That is gonna be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I picked some books that some of you may or may not have heard of. If you have heard of them though, please let me know in the comments how you felt about them, because I really need to know. I haven't heard many people talk about these books, so I would love to know. This Monster of Mine is something that I kind of just found while walking through Barnes & Noble. Riftborn was a recommendation from a different YouTuber, but other than her, I haven't heard anybody talk about it. So I don't know, we'll see. But if you've read them, please let me know how you felt about them down below in the comments. And yeah, you guys, thank you again for 400 subscribers. I cannot believe it. Really cannot believe it. Thank you so much. Genuinely really appreciate it. These are our picks for November. Can't wait to give you guys a review on some of them because they might not all make it. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I have to film another video because you guys are getting 2 videos next week. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video very, very shortly. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, subscribe. If you're not new, subscribe. All right, I am delirious and hungry, so I'm gonna go. Bye, you guys.